Yo, yo.
Yo.
Welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Chen? Okay, you did that on. Okay.
Life is good, man. Life is beautiful, man.
Now we bringing props into the show. We bringing props into the show. Where's? I'm gonna guess in your house. Where's my glass?
You don't drink wine. You want some water? Damn, I actually didn't offer you any water. You want some water?
It's too late. We already press record. I'm okay. You know, I just muscle through, I guess. Other than that, how are you, man?
Man, chilling, man. No shorts this time, man. I got pants on. You feel me?
We gonna lose our 15 to 30 views.
Follow me on OnlyFans.
Lord.
Things are good, man. Took a cooking class.
Nice.
Went to a Jamaican cooking class. Tried to learn how to cook some Jamaican food.
How far from here?
Hampton. The chef was white.
A little ways.
Yeah, it was like a 30-minute bike ride.
Okay. Car ride?
Parking.
You right.
So, the chef that was teaching us was a white man.
White Jamaican?
No, I don't think he didn't have an accent. So I don't know. Okay. Maybe he was. I ain't check. I ain't asked who his mom and pops were, but
okay.
And the food was trash.
Whoa, I was expecting
trash,
that.
Man.
Hold on, was it the food?
It's no good.
The food was trash that you made.
Well, he helped us. It was his ingredients. Actually, he was cooking most of it. Towards the end, he was the one like doing the stove. Like we made the curry. We made the we cut the beef up.
He messed up the curry.
And man, it was so trash, man. But you know, that was my fault for going to a white organization to teach me.
Did like you know that
black
it was
cuisines.
A white chef that was gonna be teaching?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't know. This is my first time going with them, so.
I actually just found out with Shea Moisture, you know, like the hair product Shea Moisture, black person is not the owner of that.
Really?
Yeah, it's a white person. Or someone who's not black.
Wait, who's the black? You remember that time they had like some issue because they were trying, I don't know what Shea Moisture, who was it? I forgot. I think it was like Coco something. But they were trying to expand their products to white people. And then the black CEO came on the Breakfast Club to explain why. You don't remember that?
I do. I'm trying to think. Was it Shea Moisture?
That's what I thought it was.
I think it was Shea Moisture, correct? I mean, if I'm wrong, forgive me.
I thought he was owned by them. But maybe he sold it.
Kind of remind me when we found out BET wasn't, you know.
It was originally.
At one point, but then.
But he sold it to Viacom.
If you own BET,
mm-hmm.
right, and like, you know, you had a chance to sell, but you know, you are a black owner of BET. Mm-hmm. Well, like, you sell BET?
Yep. Hey, somebody better buy it from me who's black, but there's no bias.
Really? You ain't trying to keep it in the family? You know how they say when your mama died, when your daddy died, keep the house and things like that so you can pass it on to generations. How come you're not going to keep BET for generations to generations?
Like my son?
Yeah. Like,
will you do that?
I'm not. I'm the one asking the questions.
Wait. Will you do that?
I'm the one asking the questions. There's no such thing as two interviewers and no, you know what I mean?
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, like,
this is why I'm gonna get canceled.
Oh yeah,
because he asked a question. I'm the dummy that be.
I definitely was watching one of the last episode, the one before last episode, about the dinner party. Mm. I definitely, you asked me, hey, do you want to let them know what happened? I said, no, go ahead. Just so, like, I should just plug in, just get in, get out. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be in that dinner party at the wedding, looking at everybody like,
the wedding could be lit though. The wedding could be lit though. I think I'm bringing my own bottle.
What?
Yeah, because they have they only gonna have champagne. Oh, so I'm bringing my own bottle.
I'm bringing Casamigos.
Casamigos good though.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But I'm trying to drive home that night, so like I'm not gonna drink Casamigos.
I'm bringing my girl.
But she can't drive your car.
Damn, you're right.
So you got rent.
Nah, that's too expensive.
Oh, okay. Dude, you need us to pick you up?
Yeah.
So my girl straight gonna be the designated driver for all of us. Because my girl don't drink no more, so yeah, so she definitely gonna be DD. So
how's your week?
My week been good, man. Like my week been good. I started going to the library again.
Oh, shout out to that.
And stuff
I remember
like that
from my childhood.
Okay, I feel like you throwing shots.
No.
But I started going to the library again because I can't study in my house. I can't do anything of work in my house except I can't even read in my house. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I try to read on the couch. I got a black leather couch. You seen that couch?
It's a nice couch.
It's a comfortable couch.
You was about to throw that couch away too. I was like, God.
And I'm like, and then I try like to sit in the office chair, your mom old office chair. Mm-hmm. But I just be having fun in it because it goes back and forth. So like, I just be rocking back and forth.
Use your legs.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, guess what? It haven't broke. So I'm like, yo, this chair is amazing.
Nah, that chair is probably as old as me.
That chair is amazing. So I'm like, I can't sit at my office desk, and I definitely don't do nothing in the room except sleep. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me go down the street to the library. And trust me, I did not know, which makes sense. Adults be going to the library. Mm-hmm. It was a lady there who was crocheting. Like, a grown adult, I was like just there for hours because I was there for like 3.5 hours and whatever. But it was an interesting time. Now, question: this is outside the podcast. Do you hear like a dial tone?
What do you mean?
Like a phone dial tone.
I don't know what that means. Like a doo doo doo.
No, like doo.
I don't know. I never called myself.
Oh, okay. Do you know how phones work? Like, as in, like, when you press the thing and then the sound you hear before you press the number?
Oh, yeah, but I got a cell phone.
No, I'm saying, do you hear that now? Like in real life? Like that?
I mean, I think one, everything's speaker. And then two, you press the number and then you press enter.
Okay.
So you never press enter and then you call the number.
I think you're missing my point. Mm-hmm. I'm not podcasting right now. I'm talking to you.
No, I'm telling you.
I'm hearing a dial tone from somewhere in the house.
Oh, you say like right now?
Yeah, like right now. And I'm saying
it's probably the fridge. I fixed my fridge.
Oh, okay.
You hear that buzz?
Yeah, like I'm hearing something. I'm just like, is that a dial tone? And I'm like, yo, I'm not podcasting right now. I'm talking like real life. And you're like, yeah. You know, you press speaker and then.
I think you was asking me like, do we still hear dial tones in our phones? I was like, what?
No. Put the wine down. That's probably why you can understand me and stuff like that. But besides going to the library, my week been good. Getting a lot of work done.
Yo said, do you hear a dial tone? What?
I was like,
hey, put in the comments if you guys hear the dial tone.
Yeah, please do. if I don't edit it out. How has been fixing your fridge been? I think I was against you fixing your fridge.
Were you? You just laughed. I don't think you was. Maybe in your mind you was against me, but you didn't vocalize it. It
was a laugh of against you.
And then you gave me suggestions of like, why don't you just get another fridge?
Yeah.
But it was never like, you shouldn't do that. To me. Maybe in your head you said that.
In my head I was like, I hope you don't get electrocuted.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't quite fix it. So the defroster timer I think is messed up. And so usually what you do is you just replace the timer. But my fridge comes with a motherboard. So I took it apart. I saw the motherboard. Didn't see the defrost timer. I put it back together. Put it back on. And then I just let the fridge defrost, which which solved the issue for now. But it's probably going to get all frosted up again.
But it's still usable. But you just gotta do it the hard way. Like, does that make you a high value man if you fix your own fridge, or does it make you a high value man to buy a new one? Which one?
I'm not talking about no high value man.
I'm just saying, like, a high value man would have brought a new fridge, but I'm just saying, like, you know.
Shout out to all my high value mans. I'm trying to be like y'all one day, man. I'm so brokey.
Okay. Remember that time the strippers called us broke? I said that a couple episodes ago.
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there.
Maybe I was dreaming it. But Besides that, what's on your mind so we can actually talk about something?
Yeah, man. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and you know about student loans. You don't quite have student loans. I have student loans.
Not quite. I don't have student loans.
You don't have student loans. But you know a lot of people who do, right?
Yeah.
Especially those that weren't blessed to have parents to pay for their whole college tuition, or blessed to have the brain to be academically do well academically
and get scholarships.
Right? And so it's a big issue. A lot of people are being pound down by the man with this whole debt thing. And so there was a alternative solution, which was called income share. And so a lot of you guys might not know what income share is, but apparently it's you get some money up front and while you're in college to pay off your tuition. So they might give you like 40, 50, 60K depending on what you need. And then you sign a contract saying, okay, for the next 8 to 10 years, I'm going to let you take 15% out of my paycheck.
To pay off
the loan. So that means if you don't quite get a real job, or a job in your industry, let's say you work at Taco Bell for 3-4 years, they get 15% of whatever you're making part time or full time.
$500 a week, if that.
But let's say if you do get a good job that's making more than 6-7 figures, they also get 15% of that.
That's still a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it sounds good. It sounds better than debt because after 8 years you don't have to pay anything back. But it started having me think: is there a problem with that? And so I want to ask you: do you think will you rather take out debt, or will you rather, sell shares of your income? Or shares of yourself, really, that's what it is. And you pay dividends.
Well, let's think, right? They say 8 years, right? So let's use 8. I go to college when I'm 18. I do this thing, let's say 18. And by 26, I am completely, let's say, debt paid off.
Not 26.
Not 26, because let's say
it's 30.
Let's say 30,
yeah.
Right? Let's say in that time, I was still trying to find my footing, which most of the time happens, right? And I didn't really get into my field or so forth until mid-20s, going into 30 and things like that. That's why we pushed it to 30. I think on the surface, me personally, I don't like being in debt to anybody. But you have 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, late 30-year-olds who have student loan debt.
Yeah, still.
That's probably in the high tens of thousands, maybe mid tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And there's some people that have already made a declaration I'm not going to pay off my student loans. I'm going to pay the minimum every month or things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to aggressively try to get this off and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's maybe you can help me with that. Do your credit hold it against you that harsh when you have student loan? Because I think a student loan is such a American thing that usually if I have a bad credit with no student loans, they will look at my credit score and look at my transactions what have you been doing? You gonna need a cosign for da-da-da-da-da-da. But because student loan is so regular and it's so normalized, you can still have good credit to great credit with student loans. So that's why I'm some people, that's why people don't feel the need to rush to, or even feel the need to completely pay it off, because they still can accomplish good credit without paying off the student loans. As for me, if I have bad credit, it will look even more worse because I have no student loans. You get what I'm saying? So what you're asking me is, do I want to take...
Will you rather take debt out?
Do I take the big hit, but only for 8 years? Or do I take the softer hit, but it's for potentially a lifetime.
That's up to you. Cause it could be 4 years. It could be 2 years. So it's not potentially.
Oh, you talk about 4 years of student loans, or 4 years of.
If you're aggressive with it, you can pay it back in 4 years.
But what does aggressive mean? Does aggressive mean I'm living with my parents?
Maybe.
Do like aggressive mean that I don't have a car?
There's nothing you could do if you take out income share. You have to pay something for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Whereas debt, that's more in your control.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either pay it off in 4 or 5 years.
I understand that.
Or you could pay off in like 15, 20 years.
I understand that you're teaching or preaching control on that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can say, oh, you can pay off your student loan in 4 years if you're aggressive.
Yeah.
But I think for the audience and even for myself, we need to specify what aggressive mean, because there is Dave Ramsey aggressive of you live with your parents, you don't really own a car, you really don't go out to eat. Mm-hmm. You basically live way below your means because you want to pay off this student loan debt. A lot of people are not willing to make that sacrifice. Yeah. That's a hard sacrifice to make. Besides, hey, take it out of my hands. Take out the 15, you say? Take out the 15% out of whatever I make. And this is only going to be for 8 years, potentially 9 years, if that. Some people rather take the big hit first than for them to aggressively go at and pay off their student loan. Now, me personally, I probably would take the 8 years of taking it out my hands and just them taking it out 15%. Because there's something about, like, not having, have you ever owed somebody money before? Mm-hmm. Right? Of course, it would be amazing if whenever you get the money or things like that, a part of you getting the money, a part of what you owe to that person, you just go straight to them. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can get the money that somebody may have lent you, but oh my goodness, my fridge just broke. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, life just happened. Yeah. And I kind of, if I was to give you back the money that I owe you, I will still be in a bad position. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got to hold on to this money to, like, get through the next couple months and things like that. That's what I think happens with student loans. I think people have every intention to pay off student loans. I don't know. Maybe they have intention. Maybe Joe Biden go cancel some of them. You know what I mean? Until, I want to get married. I got to plan a wedding.
Yeah.
I got to get a ring.
I wanted to go to Cancun for my birthday.
I want to get a car. You get what I'm saying?
I want another Vallone shirt.
I want another car. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when you when you have the power, do you trust yourself when you have the power to aggressively pay off that student loan debt without the, what is it called, fixed income or what?
Income share.
Income share. Do you trust yourself? And I'm like, me? Probably not. Just hit me over the head up front and I could be done with y'all by the time I'm 30.
The scary thing about this income share, though.
What's up?
It kind of reminds me of, like, partial slavery.
Whoa, you took a... Shut up. Okay, you took a turn. And this is an interesting topic because it so happens that by the time this episode come out, we going right back into the school season. So, like, you know what I mean?
So, yeah. So, like, let's say you're the first year, you need, like, $40K.
I need $40K.
And they say you need to give us 10%.
10%, so $4,000.
And then let's say the next year you need another $40K.
Now I'm up to 80.
They said, okay, we're going to do 12%.
You go do the math on that one.
Because, you already doing too much. So that's now 22%. Mm-hmm. And then next year they say, hey, we got another $40K, but you're not going to like these numbers.
I'm sorry, I'm dropping out of school. I'm not borrowing another $40K. 2 $40Ks is my limit. A third $40K? I'm sorry.
So it's like, okay, how much can you lend out? And the argument they give is like companies do it all the time, right?
Yeah.
You could buy shares from Apple or whatever, some blue chip company.
Okay.
And they will give you something called dividends.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like, any profit they make, they give you a percentage of that profit for as long as you hold on to those shares.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's like corporations and human beings are two different things. Corporations don't need to eat. They don't need to. They don't need to go on vacation. They could run 24/7.
They don't fall in love, get married.
They don't fall in love and get married. They don't do like what they call it, self-love shopping. Like, they don't do all these things that normal human beings who are illogical do.
Maybe Jay-Z does, because he said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
So he also talked about how he could have bought some building at Dumberford for $5 million. At this time, it would have been $25 million.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of slipped up a couple times. And so my thing is, like, yeah, you could say, like, corporations do it, why don't we? But my thing, what happens when you over share or oversell yourself? Now you basically working for somebody else. Like, you all that money you making, you have, and the thing is, they stop the contract as soon as you lose a job. So,
meaning what?
Like, if you don't have a job,
Uh-huh.
they stop the contract and wait till you get a job.
Okay.
And so you could have no job for 2 years. Now that contract is now 10 years. So you stop for 2 years within those 8 years that you're supposed to be working.
Quick question. You have student loans, right? Unless you go through a pandemic, it's not frozen.
It's still frozen.
No, I'm saying.
You saying
if you don't have a job?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? In regular life, unless you go through a pandemic,
you could do like income. You could stop it. You still gotta pay the whole thing off.
Okay.
But they might say, hey, you don't have to pay anything for it right now. But the interest.
Some people end up paying. Some people end up paying the loan and then having to pay the interest next. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I might just take the hit up front. But it's like, what is the average? Maybe you know this, or maybe I can look it up after. But what is What is the average that a student borrows for a student loan? Like basically, what is the average that people usually get, like, for a student loan?
I don't know. I know the average debt was around 35, but that was like 5 years ago.
35,000?
Yeah, so it might be a little bit high. It might be like 55 or something.
35 is doable for a student loan debt. I probably put my max at 70 because it's just double of 35. I think once I get to six figures, and like I know I'm gonna be in school for, let's say, depending on what my profession is, I might take that hit. Like, I might not do the student loan. I might just do the what is it called?
Income share.
Because I'm like, in 8 years, 10 years potentially, I could be done with this. I might just take that. But how? But you lost me with the slavery part. like even though, like, you explained it in like the corporation wise. How is that more like slavery, but like a student loan debt is not like slavery? Because
you have the control as long, like, because you paying back. So it's more paying back. For example, right? Back in the day, before, the white people got involved in slavery. Back in the day, like in most, like, other places.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the money to pay something off, you would say, oh, I will work for you for the next 8 years or 7 years.
Yeah.
And that would be me paying you off. Quote unquote, you're a slave. That's how slavery used to work. Or you would sell one of your kids off. It's like, hey, I will have my kid work for you for the next 10 years. And in 10 years, that would be, I would clear my debt. That's usually what it was. Like, so if you owe somebody money and you didn't have the money to pay them back after a certain time, you would go into quote unquote slavery. But that's 100%. So you're saying, I will give you 100% of my life for the next 8 years. I'm not saying this is full slavery, but it sounds like partial slavery. Now, not to the point where they're stealing you away and taking you to a different, world or a different country and making you work for them, But it does sound like those other types of slavery where people would give their self away to work for you for a certain amount of time because they ain't have any money to pay you back. And so in this way, it's like 15 years for 10 years or 8 years, I have to give you 15% of my money. It sounds okay at the time.
But I gave you 40,000.
That's cool. But let me pay you back. But let me pay you back. Let me pay you the full 40,000.
But you wanted the money now.
Yeah, let me pay you back.
But
I'd rather do the loan.
You rather do the student loan.
Yeah,
but I'm saying when you needed the 40,000, I gave you the 40,000 now, right? So, like, you don't get to say I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I will eventually pay you back your 40,000 as a student loan debt. I'm just arguing with student loan debt. Like, I will eventually pay you back, but when you needed the money, I gave it to you when you asked for it, right? Now, all I'm saying is, I'm not even taking 100% of your check. Even though if I take 100% of your check, it will not only I get more money and I leave you with nothing. I'm just taking 15%. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For this period of time. You get what I'm saying? Well, now, just for clarification, do this period of time, do that objectively pay you back the 40,000 that like I loan you, or basically it's just a time.
It's just a time.
It's just time.
So you might not even get the full for you.
Whole time I'm not even asking for $40,000 back from you because you may not be able to give it to me.
Yeah.
But when you asked for the money, I gave it to you when you asked for it. But I'm the bad guy in some way as income share, right?
Nobody's the bad guy.
Oh, okay, I understand that, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. But I'm viewed as
master
to partial slave because I gave you what you asked for, and what I'm asking for is just a 15% for a period of 8 years compared to the latter, to where you get this loan and then you get to basically run off and enjoy your life and potentially never pay me back in full. Like,
let me ask you.
Okay, here we go.
I'm trying to see where I should take this. But let's say, okay, I have a startup.
You have a startup.
I asked for $100K.
Am I like an angel investor? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And you asked for what percentage you want with $100K. Oh, let's say $50K.
Okay.
How much percentage you want in my business?
I want 25%.
25%.
Okay.
So that means you own, right? 25%.
Yeah.
Of my business.
I'm nice. I don't even want 50%.
But you just want 25.
I want 25%.
You own 25%.
25% is mine.
Let's say you're white. And I'm a slave.
Whoa.
And I'm on the block. I'm on the slave block.
Yeah.
I'm on Wall Street.
Okay.
Old Wall Street.
Okay.
And you say, I want this guy.
Okay.
You want 100% of this guy, not just 5. You're not sharing this with another slave master. You just want 100%. You own that man for 100%, right? 100%. Now we talking about income share. You give me 50%. I'm just connecting some dots.
Okay.
It's going all over.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say
income share. You said, all right, I'm giving you 50,000. For 15% of you. So whatever you do, I take 15% of that, or 20%, or 25%. What does that mean? You own 25% of me. That's what that means. There's one thing. So debt is a different thing.
How so?
Where debt is like, it costs you to get some money from me. I don't own you, but for you to have this money, it's going to cost you. Now you could pay it back next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but the longer you hold on to it, the more it's going to cost you. So it's a product. It's a good. The debt is separate from me and you. It's a good that you have to pay the longer you hold on to it. It's like a subscription. Like it's like having Netflix. Netflix, every month you have to pay money. With debt, every month you have to pay money. Every month I have to pay my mortgage people the loan amount, the principal, the interest, and then all the other things.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what debt is you paying for that good. Whereas this is saying, for 8 years, I own 15, 25, 50% of who you are.
So that means that sounds crazy. But at the same time, it's like, I'm just thinking like 8 years. Like, at 30 years old, you make more money now at 30.
Yeah, I do.
Than you did at 21.
Yeah, but low key, I'm probably still be in that deal.
Hold on. Did they take 15% of your fireworks money, man?
I ain't making money. I ain't get paid.
Oh, man.
Somebody stole our fireworks.
Oh, man. The jobs you work, bro.
Oh, man.
You was just out. You
Yeah, I think that was only, 2 months?
If that, because remember, the fireworks is only for 4th of July. After that,
I think it was like a 2-week thing.
After that, it's completely pointless.
Hey, shout out to my homegirl, Indigo.
Yeah.
Shorty told me, oh, you going to make like $700. I was like, $700? Yeah, for only 2 weeks. You trying to join the team? I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 weeks, man. It was hot. I was in the tent. And then somebody stole our fireworks. Low key, I think it was an inside job.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I think it was an inside job. Reason I didn't get paid, but you know.
But it's like, I understand what you're saying. I think it's really circumstantial. Meaning, like, what happened? Oh, it's still going on, but yeah. So I mean, I should take a pause.
All right,
I take a pause. No, I think it's circumstantial because I just don't know. Like, I think it all. See, this sucks because whenever you're in need, you are in these circumstances and in these predicaments to where it's like which devil do you choose?
Yep.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you choose the devil that you could potentially have for 8 years, but they go hit you hard? You know what I mean? You go feel it. They ain't gonna leave it up to you to pay them back, and they don't even want it in full. They just want to be quote unquote in business or in partnership with you for 8 years, just so you can feel it. You know.
And the thing is, depending on your major, they might take more. So if you like an English major, it might take 40%.
English teachers don't be making a lot of money. I'm just saying.
But you get engineer or a lawyer or whatever, or pre-med, they might take like 5% to 15%. But it sucks both ways. Because if you an English teacher, 40% of a small paycheck is a lot.
Yeah, that's almost half of it.
But 5% of a big paycheck is a lot. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it sucks both ways. But go ahead.
It sucks because you're in a place of need. Mm-hmm. And what do you do when you're in a place of need when there's really no, like you said, no one's the bad guy, quote unquote. But they both not the good guy. Like it's strictly business. You want to go to school, you don't have the money to go to school. Your like financial aid only give you this much and things like that. You still need money. What are you gonna do?
And the thing is, if you feel like one, you're confident in the degree you having, and that's probably why they do it, so they could deter people who have degrees that probably don't have a high potential of income or high income. They probably say, okay, this is 40%. You sure you want to do this? Because we're going to take 40% out of your income. You sure you want to do this? Most people probably be like, nah, I don't want to do this.
If you are getting 40% taken out of your income, you gotta play
plus tax.
You gotta play.
You getting 20% of a small paycheck.
You gotta play the game. You gotta get married.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Doesn't matter what gender.
Immediately.
Doesn't matter what gender.
Immediately, like you have to get married.
You gotta get married. You gotta get married to somebody who's only getting 5% taken out. Gotta get married to someone who's only
And
get
look,
5%
and
takeout.
then, matter of fact, don't even marry someone who's on income share. Like,
you're right.
They'll be like, "Do you have a student loan or
You come from wealth?
Okay, good. Okay,
What your father do?
you need to get married because you can't even say, "I'm just gonna get a second job." They
They're gonna take that too. They're gonna take 40%.
So like you can't even work more to pay it off compared to a student loan.
Yeah.
You can get a second and third job,
And you could try to pay
and you
it
get
off
paid
more.
off. That's your way of playing aggressive.
Yeah.
But the more aggressive you play with income share,
The more you pay back.
now all of a sudden they end up taking 60% because they taking 20% out of 3 checks. You get what I'm saying?
It's still 20%.
I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm just saying that's money that you could have had from each check, from each pie.
Yeah.
So it's like, me honestly, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do neither.
You'll say I'm not going to school.
Nah, I'm dropping out.
I feel you.
I'm dropping out.
But the thing is, though, so the other issue is, like, let's say you going to, like, Harvard.
Hold on. Question. There's no such thing as, well, it is a dumb question. Mm-hmm. No, it is. Because there's no such thing as student loan debt, like in like the military and things like that. Like they pay for your military. So there's no income share in the military.
Nah.
Because they take care of all that.
You pay with your life,
But,
potentially.
So that goes back to your slavery.
Remember that girl that was crying? That was like, who was twerking in one video, and then the next video, she was being sent to Ukraine, and she was like, "Yo, this is not funny, man. I might die." Yeah, I mean that's the cost of, I guess, joining the military for college.
And you knew that.
I mean,
but you probably didn't know that you was going to Ukraine.
But the thing is, so in the same podcast, the woman who signed the 15% deal, she was super happy when she signed it.
Really?
And then they followed back with her 3 years later to see what she was doing. And she was doing pretty well in her degree, but she said, I would have just taken a loan.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, 15% is a lot of money. And you don't know how much it is when you're in college, outside of when you know, actually working. You're like, the money I'm spending now to pay back my loan, pay them back, I could have been spending on my debt. And I probably would have been a lot further on and probably only have like another 3-4 years.
But they wouldn't have.
You're right. They would have.
You know what I mean?
They wouldn't have. You're right. But it's the same thing with like military. It's like, and that's why I feel bad for a lot of people. Because 18, 19, 20, 21, you don't really know.
That's a tough decision for
a kid.
For a new adult. Like,
yeah, for a kid. So you thinking like, oh, I can't pay for college. You know, I'm in a impoverished area. I'm trying to just get out of my neighborhood.
And you gotta understand something with society, where society kind of forces you to do something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't take some time just to think and plan that.
Or to do a trade or things like that. Yeah. It's like, go to college. You may figure it out in year 2, year 3. And you gotta
have to do something.
Yeah, like you have to do something. You can't be in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a tricky situation.
Another thing that this whole income share reminded me of, though, is you seen season 3 of Atlanta?
Parts of it, not all of it yet.
You saw the one where the reparation episode?
Which one was that?
That was like the 3rd episode, 4th episode. You would know it after.
Yeah, I probably saw parts of it. I probably don't remember.
So there was this one episode in Atlanta. Spoiler alert, but keep watching.
Yeah.
Where black people were getting reparations. And the way they was getting reparations were they were finding out
I saw that. So like who in their who in the white people's family owned slaves
in their family.
Yeah.
And so they would go and sue them.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of black people were like suing a lot of white people, and it caused a lot of white people to look in their history and their past. And a lot of white people were very happy when they found out they weren't slave owners. Like their family came here like in the 1950s or 1920s after slavery or something.
Just missed it, right?
So it was one of those things like, you own slaves? It's like, no, I didn't own slaves. But then they found out that he was on slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, bump all that. What we found out towards the end was the main character of that episode, who was one of the white people who were being sued. He was a waiter, and at the end of his shift, the manager would call all the people.
Yeah, he called the white people. Yep.
All the white people who owed money to I guess because they own slaves, and he has one person was paying 20% of their paycheck to this program. Another one was paying 15% to this program, and this program was supposed to give back to the people who had been affected by slavery. And so I was like, damn, for reparations I would definitely do income share.
You think so?
Yes.
How many years?
At least I think you have to wane it down. So like 10 years from your 30s to 40s while you trying to have a family. From 30s to 40s, 10 years, and then the next generation 8 years, and the next generation 6 years.
So you wanted to go.
You gotta wane it down.
Okay.
Because it's been generational.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta affect this generation.
Okay.
So we're not gonna do it for the rest of the whole life, but for 10 years, 8 years, and then so your kids will have to do. You know what they're gonna do though?
What?
A lot of people are not gonna marry other people who have owned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a lot of people don't be trying to marry a lot of black people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Y'all be messing with us in
angry.
college.
You're angry.
But when y'all want to get married, y'all be going right back to your races. We know. Never happened to me though. I stayed within my race.
I'm about to say, dude, okay. Dude, you know what's crazy? It probably was, and maybe you can attest to it, because you went to a PWI,
mm-hmm.
and because also you're African, right?
Yes, sir.
It's almost as if y'all had your own. It's almost as if y'all bonded closer because y'all was not at I don't want to say not at a HBCU because everyone wasn't like you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you saw someone that's like, oh, you were Nigerian too, or oh, you're from a part of Africa, and things like that, it kind of makes it easier for an icebreaker to be like, hey, my name is Chen, or my name is so and so. Besides everybody who looks alike, talk alike at an HBCU or at an all-private school, things like that. I don't know, because I heard some testimonies about people who bonded closer with black people at PWIs because they were the lesser number, because of things like that.
Maybe, I don't know. I heard some things. I guess it also depends on what type of HBCU you go to, but I heard HBCUs, a lot of people be finding out a whole bunch of different black people because it's a bunch of, and it's the smart black people. It's not like just regular.
Very smart.
Yeah, so you have black people that come from wealth. I'm talking about, they are the generational wealth, and like they had money in the 1980s. I mean 1980s, 1920s, 1910s, 1890s. Like they had money. So you have black people like that. You got black people who came from nothing, like their first generation, And so you have all these different types of black people and they come from all different parts of the world, from LA, from Alabama, from across the sea or ocean. So you got people from all over. So you still get that type of diversity, and kind of opens your eyes to the different types of black people around.
Besides the black people just in your community and stuff like that. That makes sense.
So I don't know. I don't know if PWIs make you feel closer, but I would say because you're in there's so many, it's such a small group of you. It does feel more close knit just because of that. So almost everybody in that circle or in that.
Or at least heard
a lot of people. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Income share for reparations is a dream. Okay, so where that kind of sounds a little too what's the word? Sound like too much of an easy fix. You know what I'm saying? But that's I
don't think it will happen.
Think it's never gonna happen, dude. You think?
But we also thought a black person was never gonna happen. No. I feel like
there's
2 years before Obama.
There's levels.
I don't know.
Do you think reparations gonna happen?
Hey, man.
Dude, you know, people are already trying to equate themselves to slavery. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Who are we talking about?
I'm just saying there are people who are saying being gay or being transsexual
is like
a slave. They comparing it to slavery.
Interesting.
Now, I'm not saying that they're wrong because that's not
they wrong?
That's not the debate.
Okay.
I asked the questions. Okay?
Next episode.
With Chen just by himself, right? But the people who were slaves haven't even got reparations. So it's like,
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't think we ever will get reparations and things like that. And then it will suck if you find out that, like,
oh, I'm not getting reparations.
I know you're not getting reparations, but I'm just saying, like,
you not gonna share?
I already know you ain't getting reparations.
Yeah, I mean, I got.
But it would suck if I found out that I'm not getting none either. Like,
wait, why would you?
I don't know. Like, somehow,
I don't know. Utah,
somehow, some way.
Utah, deep in the South, bro.
Somehow, some way, we wasn't slaves. I don't know.
This man Nigerian the whole time.
I'll be so mad, bro.
Okay, man, in the 1930s.
I'll be so hot, bro, if I find out, like, I'm not getting reparations.
Man, you gotta say conspiracy, man. I feel like if they can't find out your generation past a certain date and it doesn't lead into like the 1700s, you need to automatically be in that program.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get my blood.
You gotta pick a random white person. I want Bill Gates.
Okay. Yeah, but you already know, like, the thing that's funny about that is that I totally forgot my thought, so I'm trying to pivot to I'm trying to pivot to another thought, because you said something like it made me go to another part, but whatever.
Well, you were talking about like you don't think reparations will ever be a thing.
No.
Yeah.
Like for one, that's what I was gonna go with it. There's actually curriculums in school that are taking that out the history books.
Yeah.
So there's not even an acknowledgement from the masses.
Well,
and when I say like
from the alt-right, Texas.
Okay, yeah.
Alabama.
So there's not even an
Georgia.
acknowledgement from it. So how you expect there to be a payout from it? Like it just like I don't know, dude. Like we need the Obama of reparations to be on this to be like, yo.
That's true. Cause a lot of people would fight that if we implemented that. Like a lot of people, especially the people you gotta make pay, those people that got the Confederate flag, cause they would definitely have to pay. Especially the people that had they be like, oh yeah, my great grandfather fought in the Civil War. Oh, word? What side? Confederate. Okay, what's your name, bro? You want that randomness?
I'm about to say, reparations will literally bankrupt corporations. Like,
why you say that?
Like, I don't think the NRA would still be standing if they had to do a payout.
It's gonna be a different type of face.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a lot of Native Americans, a lot of African.
I'm about to say
Americans.
They should black. They should got get paid first.
Who?
The Native Americans and things like that.
Yeah, they need to pay that group too.
So
what's that massacring Native Americans?
So that's why I'm like, yo, are we even first in line?
What's your name? Washington. Adams? Smith?
Okay.
John Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys start writing a bunch of names.
I'm about to say, are we even first in line to that? We second or third?
No. You black people are definitely second.
Oh, for real?
Who's third? Who's second?
I was just being nice, not
no.
Top two.
After the Native Americans get their parent bread. Yo, stop playing.
Top two, I'll just try to be nice. I'll just try to be Drake, I'll just say it
damn, and if you both Native American, you got a lot of lies out there.
Yeah.
But you both Native American and black,
dude,
you making money. I need to make me some friends. Are you Native American and black? Bro, my name's Chene Doom, bro.
People, but you're not getting anything. So like you're.
I mean, look, God bless those who give, man.
Yeah, man. But is there anything else you want to share about income share versus student loan debt? Everybody who's about to go to school, man. Hopefully y'all.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully y'all able to, for one, finish if that's your plan and if that's really your desire to. And I hope that financially or finances wouldn't be the stumbling block as like it is for most people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in school and you feel the need to like quit, you know what I mean? Think it over. I'm never gonna be the one to tell you to quit, but I'm just saying there's a difference between going to school having $40,000 in student loan debt and finally finishing school, but having like $120,000 in student loan debt. I don't think it's worth it. Me personally, I'm not telling you to stop going. I'm just saying, unless you're getting a job that go pay you $1 million, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, don't accredit so much debt more than the salary or your potential salary. You know what I mean? Because debt sucks. So
you definitely got people going to school for like a living, though. Just
I want to talk about that.
200K, 300K.
I want to talk about people who believe in being lifetime, like being in school, because whenever there's nothing to do,
they go back.
They go to school, and it's like, and I never want to take your stance because I always feel like your stance is always like the devil on the right shoulder, of like a degree is not an accomplishment, and I'm just like, why you gotta go that? Why you gotta go that far?
It's not. Unless you get a PhD, it's not.
What if you're the first in your generation?
Great.
Okay.
like it's like saying, well, you're the first person to, get a trade.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I want to have this conversation, and I want to have it with a professor. We go find a professor.
Why a professor? They going definitely. That's their job.
You don't know. Not.
That's like going to Coca-Cola and saying,
that's not true.
Do you like Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
We go find an objective professor.
How?
We go find an objective professor because do you believe a professor would say like you should be a lifetime like student in college?
Okay, yeah.
In college?
Okay. I thought the discussion was like it's a degree.
No.
We already had that discussion. You're right.
Yeah, I'm like in like a lifetime.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That's wild. Like that's why I always said my girl, she's done with her school career. You know what I'm saying?
But what if she want to go back?
Go back where?
Not for free. But let's say y'all got money. Then
ain't nothing free because if I ain't paying with money, I'm paying with time. You ain't home. I ain't eating.
It could be remote. Wait, okay.
That mean that you're.
Well, I'm just happy if I get canceled. You also got clips.
That means that your attention is not with your children. You go abandon your children.
You a father?
Oh, we could. Oh boy, but y'all be good, man. Blessings.